what inspired me to become a storyteller. People like Jaleel White, who played Urkel in Family Matters.
Did I do that?
Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy, and as far back as Lucille Ball, Carol Burnett, Vicki Lawrence. I just watched a lot of old school television with my parents when I was a kid, and so a lot of the monologues that I wrote had me playing multiple characters. Hi, I'm Jenny Lorenzo, and this is the Storyteller Spotlight. Action! I wanted to say action.
Estimulantes no necesito y con las nenas me llevo bien, pues todas saben que soy un bravo, inteligente y bien chévere. Ajá, sí, yo puedo ser.
I hope you are all warmed up. The games begin now. I guess I'm what people call now multi-hyphenate entertainer. I don't mean to sound pretentious, it's weird to say. But I wear a lot of hats, and I wear a lot of hats on purpose. It's the hustle, it's survival. But it's also loving to do all the things. As a kid, loved acting, loved writing, learned how to edit. All these different aspects of storytelling. I was going to a lot of auditions, and it was frustrating, the process, because I was not Latina enough. Let's just simplify it at that. There was nothing for me. On TV, there was also not a lot of representation for people like me, with the exception of like the George Lopez show and Que Pasa USA.
That's the American way. Enjoy it now, pay it later.
You just gotta roll up your own sleeves and do it yourself and pave the path, not only for yourself, but for other people. Just trailblazing, because it's all we have.
Okay, ¿quién quiere pumpkin pie?
The character that I'm most known for playing is Abuela, and she's based on my maternal abuela. There's no greater way to honor someone than to bring them to light in this way. And now we're gonna enter my fun-sized room. Don't bump your head. We don't need chichones here. There's just about everything in this room, from kitchen props to salon props, like this naked baby from a baby shower with his nalgas in the air. You can't be Cuban without a rooster, whether a live one or a ceramic one. This is where I'm allowed to hoard. I grew up in a lower middle class household, and so my abuela bought jewelry from like the dollar store. This is abuela's wig. Cuando vi esta peluca, alabao, mira, igualita a mi abuela Orquídea Díaz. Always short hair, porque hay un calor que raja las piedras en Miami. No camines sin zapatos. The devil's in the details. It's more than just putting on a wig. It's bringing them and their personality to life with every little detail. She thankfully got to see me impersonate her. She was a good sport. She laughed at herself, but it does make me feel closer to her. So many people are like, that's my mom, that's my abuela, that's my tia. They don't even have to be Latino. Through her, you're keeping the memory of our loved ones who have passed alive. You look very familiar.
I'm an actor. My name is Pedro Pascal. I'm on a show called Narcos.
Excuse me.
You're the Q.
Okay.
I knew that I didn't want to just be playing abuela. She needs a family. And so I started to develop other characters. There was Tia Flor, then there was Tia Gloria, and Marucci, the peluquera, the hairdresser that worked from home with her annoying 20-year-old daughter named Laritza.
God, what do you want? I was watching Lion King too. Larissa, where'd you put my peine?
You swear that I always take your things. I didn't take your peine.
Tú sabes que I thought of the name Marucci because it's the name of a tienda in Miami.
They'd be doing my hair y después la hija would come in like, Mom, where's my sock?
And she'd be like, oye, pero por favor, estoy cortando pelo aquí.
And oh my God, Belenka, can I have some mac and cheese?
What's always consistent with Marucci is that she always has gaudy jewelry on, really outlandish sandals on right now.
Oye, mira, yo corto pelo en la casa, okay?
We decided to bring all these characters together and make a sort of family tree. It's become its own little world that people call the Abuela Cinematic Universe, the ACU.
So this is Tia Gloria. What would Jesus do? Probably what I would do. Open the doors to my humble abode, just like the innkeeper who let Joseph and Mary give birth to baby Jesus in the manger. It was the least I could do. She is the bougie tia who swears that she doesn't dye her hair and that she's a natural blonde. I drink wine for breakfast.
Flor, she was just crazy Latina mom, cleaning and hi, la visita. She's always panicking.
So this is Michi. She's like this really sweet character. My best friend, her name is Bella. We like to play video games.
Darcy, she's not racist.
She's not a Karen, a sweet lady who's trying her best, who would confuse Cuba for Mexico, but she's open to learning.
I grew up with a raspy voice. People always thought I was sick growing up. It was always like, eh. Loved cartoons. It's how I learned English. I was told, you're probably not gonna make it. You're just gonna probably do commercials. You know, you're gonna sell a couple toothbrushes with your voice. I started booking roles in VO, especially because of the fact that I was Latina. And now I voice Abuelita Gomez on Hamster and Gretel.
I'm good at keeping secrets. Your mother doesn't know about my life as a go-go dancer before she was born.
This is my makeshift VO booth. Don't hit your head. I like voice acting because it doesn't matter what you look like. You can play anything you want, like me, a geriatric millennial who gets to voice kids.
Welcome to part 3 of our Walt Disney World Resort 50th Anniversary Spectacular. Disney has certainly played a major part in my journey. I started hosting What's Up Disney Plus. It actually started during the pandemic. We were on Zoom, and it was a massive collaborative effort. And then we got brought into a studio, and we had a really cool set. Beyond that show, I've been called in to do gigs such as the recent Deadpool and Wolverine premiere in New York City. It's also a full circle moment for me because I was your assistant in Miami on the set of Iron Man 3.
Really?
So
Look
nice
at
to
you
see
now.
you.
That's
I know.
great.
Look
Congrats.
at this.
Actor comedian Jenny Lorenzo.
Woo!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Donald Duck's 90th Quacktacular! And then I get an email requesting that I moderate and host a panel for Donald Duck's 90th at D23. I love Donald Duck. Doing that panel made me realize how similar we are. We all can have that temper. Not to mention the voice actor, Tony Anselmo. What? When Donald Duck came out, that was genuine excitement for me. I felt like a kid again, and getting to sing Happy Birthday to him was like the cherry on top. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. It was phenomenal. If I told my childhood self that I'd be doing that, I wouldn't believe her. I always compare it to waiting in line for an hour to get on a scary roller coaster. Well, you think it's scary, and then while you're on it, it's fun. When you get off it, there's like a euphoria that you feel, a relief that it's over, but also you're glad you did it, and you're proud of yourself. Media will always have an impact on humanity and how we treat each other. The more people get to tell their individual stories, the more we see humanity for what it really is. All the diversity, all the backgrounds, all the identities. Not only is that going to help the people of those identities feel seen and empowered, but it's going to help those who have preconceived notions about these groups. It does have the power to change people's minds and hearts and be more open-minded and loving and tolerant. My biggest piece of advice to fellow Latinos, you don't have to do this alone. You find good people to work with, come together, put your work out there. It's a really tough industry, but if you have your people and you support each other and you make magic happen, roll up those sleeves and do the thing. If you're frustrated because you don't see your culture, your stories represented or represented accurately or authentically, doop. Get to work.
Back it up, back it up, back it up, baby.
Mira que los niños hoy en día no saben nada de los santos.